I like to feature and share with you our trainers. 70% of our program is taught by our Italian counterpart in Ars Tutoria Milan. One of our star trainer is Paolo Marenghi. He's an Italian trainer in Ars Tutoria, and he's very renowned because he trains globally. I just had dinner with him the other night, and he says that he counts the day that he stays in Italy because most of the time he's on the road. One of his most famous program is actually training Nike in Oregon, USA. He's also training. He also provides training for companies like Bata, Aldo, Timberland, and New Balance for their corporate training. So he's our star trainer for our footwear program on athletic shoes. He ran 2 courses here over a period of 5 days in Singapore. The other trainer I'd like to share with you is Richard Siccardi. In the early days when we were developing our program, he actually stayed with me until late in the nights of past midnight, working on the slides and working on the prototypes of the shoes. So Richard has more than 15 years of experience as a footwear pattern maker and 8 years as a footwear manufacturer. And his dad is also in the footwear business because his dad sells machinery for footwear to China years before. His grandmother is a podiatrist, so he's in a family of footwear. And Richard has worked with many startup designers as well, and he understands the struggles that designers go through, and he's always very willing to help. One of the things I find very interesting is that every time after his class, Richard always has appointments with the past graduates. They continue to keep in touch with him to tap onto his expertise and his network as well. So that's Richard. He teaches at least 4 modules in our program. The other trainers is Beatrice. Beatrice has her own high-end footwear label called Ellie Stock, and her shoes are sold around the world. She's very good with design in terms of sketching, even whether it's by hand or whether it's by computer, and coming up with a collection. That is her forte, and you enjoy working with her because she's really patient. And then we have our Sergio. He also works very closely with global brands such as Manolo Blahnik, Christian Louboutin, Tom Ford, and many others. He actually goes to China very frequently to work with the factories, implementing designs that were confirmed in US or Europe, and then having the China makers create them. It's not so easy to just look at the sketch and come up with the design. You have to look at the last, you have to look at the materials, the heel of the heels, the height, everything. So he actually works very closely with the manufacturers to make sure that the design is implemented correctly. Because of Sergio's expertise and network, he was able to help and support some of our graduates to source for materials as well as make prototypes for her collection. So this is something that you can definitely tap on with all our trainers. That's their expertise as well as their network. We have another trainer who is Natalia. She's Korean. She has always been in the fashion industry, more in the prototyping, technical design. I would like to introduce our local trainer, Phoebe. She's actually, she has been making shoes for a long time, but more on the craft level, until she come to our program, and she's trained by our trainer in Italy. So she's one of the few that is able to handle all the machines to make a pair of shoes. When we first started our footwear program, we have someone to manage the machine, someone to do the stitching, another person to do the teaching. But Phoebe is all in one. She's able to handle the machines, she's able to make the shoes, stitch up the shoes independently, and that's why she's a great trainer in working with the student, because she can empathize how is it difficult to be able to manage the machine as well as do the stitching and making the shoe up. So you enjoy working with her because she's really patient, and you'll be able to make your pair of shoes with your own hands.